Hello, Chem students. Today we are discussing equipment used in the lab. Beakers are large mouth glass containers that are used to hold approximate volumes of liquid, which means it is a qualitative piece of equipment. We talked about data being described as qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative data describes color, clarity, or texture, and quantitative data was associated with number values. When we describe equipment, however, qualitative is used to describe approximate values, while quantitative is used to describe exact or precise values. So how can you tell if a value is approximate or precise? For first-year chemistry students, a measurement that cannot be measured to the ones place would be considered approximate. Let's look at this beaker. Each line is 25 milliliters, so I cannot measure to the nearest 1 milliliter or ones place. I can measure to the nearest 25 milliliters. If I wanted to measure 217 milliliters of liquid, I would not use a beaker because I could only say that I have somewhere between 200 and 225 milliliters of liquid. Next one's an Erlenmeyer flask. An Erlenmeyer flask is a glass container used to contain approximate volumes of liquid. The small mouth accommodates a stopper for storage or shaking. Approximate means that it is a qualitative piece of equipment. Transfer pipettes are used to measure and deliver approximate volumes of liquid, often used in place of a dropper. If it's approximate, that means it's qualitative. A graduated pipette is different. If you look up here, it's hard to see on this one, but there are lots of lines, and you can measure on pipettes almost always to the nearest one, most likely even less than that. So it's used to precisely deliver variable quantities of liquid. If it's precise, it is a quantitative measurement. Graduated cylinders. You see there are lots of graduations up here, which means you can measure to the nearest one, more than likely. Used to measure and deliver precise volumes of liquid. So it's quantitative. So you should see here if it's approximate, then it will be qualitative. If it says precise, it will be quantitative. Volumetric flask. This one's hard to see, but there's only one line on here, and that is an exact measurement, depending on if you have a 250 mil volumetric or a 100 mil. So it's designed to precisely contain a specific volume, commonly used when accurately making aqueous solutions. So it is quantitative. Burettes are long tubes with a stopcock that opens and closes. It's used to precisely deliver solutions, especially in a titration. So it is quantitative. An electronic balance is used to precisely measure the mass of a substance, so it is quantitative. A triple beam balance is a scale that uses counterweights to precisely measure the mass of a substance, so it too is quantitative. Thermometer. Sealed glass tube containing a liquid that expands and contracts due to a change in the temperature. Precisely measure the temperature of a substance. It is quantitative. A test tube. It holds liquids. If that's all it does is hold things, then it is considered qualitative. Scupula. It is a folded piece of metal that is used to transfer solids. It works a lot like a spoon. Test tube holder. It holds test tubes. Test tube clamp. A clamp clamps a test tube or other equipment to a ring stand. Wire gauze is used to help support equipment and spread the heat of a burner flame. A striker has a flint that sparks to initiate flame on Bunsen burners. Do not play with these and wear out the flint, please. A spot plate is a plastic or porcelain plate with wells used to test reactions during microlabs, sometimes called a well plate. A ring stand is a long metal pole on a base. Along with clamps, it is used as a support of equipment setups. Ring clamp is a ring-shaped clamp that attaches to the ring stand to support equipment. Thanks for watching.